When you are in a caloric deficit, some elements of the training are the same, but there are also some differences. Hello guys, I'm Daniel Richter, CEO of StrengthLog and certified personal trainer. Today we got a question from Thomas who wants to know how would you structure training in a caloric deficit where the goal is to lose fat and maintain or even build muscle mass. So training in a caloric deficit has some similarities and some differences as opposed to training in a caloric balance or even a caloric surplus. The biggest similarity is that your goal with your strength training is the same. The goal is still to stimulate muscle growth in all your major muscle groups or all the muscles that you want to build or maintain. So all the normal rules apply for that regarding your frequency, your volume, the weights you use, and the sets and the reps. Everything that stimulates muscle growth in a caloric surplus or in a caloric balance are the same thing that stimulates muscle growth when you are in a caloric deficit. But obviously there are some differences too. When you are in a caloric deficit, especially if you've been so for a while, you're going to have less energy and less glycogen in your muscles. And this is going to make you want to be a little bit more conservative about where and how you spend your energy. For example, even if sets of 6 to 10 reps and sets of 20 to 30 reps are equally good at stimulating muscle growth, provided that you train close to failure, the 20 to 30 rep set is going to require almost 3 times as much energy and glycogen as the 6 to 10 rep set. So that is a bad deal when you're in a caloric deficit, and you generally want a high stimulus for as few contractions as possible. You generally want to go for minimalistic and intense training and not do piles and piles of junk volume, if you will. And you should also use this thinking when you're planning which exercises or movements you are including in your strength training workouts, because you want to prioritize and use that little energy you have on the good exercises with a high return on investment that works many of your major muscle groups in an effective manner. So do compound pulling movements, compound pushing movements, squatting movements, and hip hinge movements. Try to hit that whole body in a very effective way and don't waste energy on monkeying around or doing funny business until you have covered your bases with all the regular good stuff. You're also probably going to have a little worse recovery capacity, so you likely won't be able to respond positively to and adapt to as high a training volume as you were if you were well fed and in a caloric balance or caloric surplus even. So this means that you will probably have to reel in your weekly training a bit. A caloric deficit is not the time where you should be pushing the outer boundaries of which training volume is possible for you to do. So reel it in a bit and make sure that those sets that you do, that they are of high quality and intense, and that you push them close to failure so that you get a lot of stimulus and a lot of bang for your buck from those sets you do. So go for quality and not quantity in this case. And the final advice for how you should prioritize your training is that you should prioritize strength training over cardio. So if someone is in a caloric deficit and they don't do any strength training, they tend to lose about equal amounts of muscle mass and fat mass. But if you add strength training to the mix and a high protein diet, you can really minimize that muscle loss and increase the fat loss. So the strength training is going to be what keeps your muscle mass on you or even builds more muscle. The cardio is just there to increase your daily energy expenditure and help you get into a caloric deficit. But if you are in a caloric deficit, the strength training is what is gonna stimulate your muscles. So if there's one type of workout that you should prioritize and make sure gets done, it is the strength training workouts, not the cardio workouts. Cardio is awesome and can help you spend more energy, but it is not going to help you with retaining your muscle mass. Alright, hope you learned something from this video. Do check out our free workout tracker app, StrengthLog, which you find a link to below this video. It has no ads, you can log unlimited workouts, and the free version is free forever and has more features than most paid workout tracker apps. We also have a premium subscription with more bells and whistles, but the free version is enough to get you started and going for a very long time. Alright, thanks for watching. Train hard, eat well, die anyway.